Hey, what's up, fellow Raiders? This is Vulcan Dan, and we are on my main account right now because we have this Sacred Shard event right here. As you can see, the extra graphic on that portal right there. Let's take a look at what this extra legendary event is all about. So, this is from July 13 to July 15. If you summon a legendary champion from a Sacred Shard while the extra legendary event is active, you will get a different extra one from that shard for free. So, two legendaries from a single shard. There is a limit of one extra legendary champion per player. Once you get one extra legendary, the event will end for you. Alright, so, alright, just remember that you still get the original percentage to get, or the original chance to get a legendary, which is 6%. Okay, so it is not a times 2 event in the traditional sense wherein you have a 12%, you still have that 6%. So let me move myself here. All right, to this side. Okay, so we have 11 sacred shards, and I will pull as much as I need to get the extra legendary, even if it takes all 11. But of course, this is my main account is still a free to play account, so I can't afford to just keep on opening up sacred shards unnecessarily. So if I do pull a legendary champion before all 11 is used up, then I will stop right there. All right, so because there is no point, you only get one extra legendary for this event, and we are also expecting a times 2 Sacred Shard event coming soon. All right, so let's do this. First one. All right, Zelata. Already have him. He has an AoE sleep right here, I think. Yeah. Pretty decent in the mid game. Decent mid tier epic right there. Fanax. Very hard hitting A1 right here. I use Fanax for my Ice Golem team. And yeah, he's also in my Faction Wars. So definitely a solid champion. He also has that block buffs in his A2, I think. Crypt Witch, trash epic, useless. Maeve, also an epic that I do not use. Come on, let's get that legendary. The fake Dracomorph. Not what we want. Another epic. Marksman. Not a good epic champion. Bergoth, one of the I think, is he the only what's that fusion champion that is an epic? Yeah, I already have him from that event. He's a pretty good CC'er for the Knight's Revenant because he has the AoE provoke. I actually use him for my Faction Wars 21 team because of the second wave for the Valkyrie. So yes, I use him along with Miscreated Monster. So both of them has that AoE provoke and stun to CC those waves. So yeah, very good epic right here. Come on. There you go. All right. And it's a dupe. Okay, extra one. All right. Roxanne. So yeah, we get this extra graphic right here. Yeah, so Vizier is a very good clan boss champion. He is in my clan boss team right now because I do not have an unkillable comp yet with two-man eaters. So yeah, so I'm using a Vizier. I've been playing for almost 2 years now, mostly free to play So yeah, that's how hard it is to get two man eaters here to get that unkillable. But yeah, Vizier, a very solid champion, but he's a dupe, unfortunately. But Roxanne is a new one for me. Alright, it's time to look at Roxanne's kit. Alright, now let me move myself to the other side again. Alright, so Roxanne here has an A1, has a 50% chance of filling the turn meter by 10%, 50% chance of placing a perfect veil buff on this champion for one turn if this attack is critical. So of course, Roxanne is a damage dealer, so you would want to have 100% crit rate on him with high crit damage. Has some turn meter fill as well to make sure that he goes pretty quickly. A2, attack one enemy. Fill this champion's turn meter by 50%. Has a 75% chance of placing a stun. You can book that to 100% on the target for one turn when attacking while under a veil or perfect veil. Has a 75% chance of placing a sleep on the target for one turn when attacking without a veil or perfect veil. So of course, it would be more beneficial if Roxanne was on a veil or perfect veil buff to get that stun. Stun is a lot better than sleep. And after this attack, it places a perfect veil buff on this champion for 2 turns after attacking without a veil or perfect veil buff. So yeah, so both his A1 and his A2 will place perfect veil, although the A1 just has 50, can book that up to a 60% chance of placing that perfect veil. On his A2, AoE, 75% chance book to 100, placing decreased defense and weaken, and decrease the cooldown of his A2 by 2 turns. So that is when he's under a veil or perfect veil. If he's not under the buff, it's a single target of the same thing, decreased defense and weaken on just one enemy for 2 turns, and places a perfect veil buff on this champion for 2 turns. So all of his attacks from A1, A2 to his A3, all of them places a perfect veil, except the A1 just has a 60% chance. All right, so it's playing to the theme of being a chameleon, so he's almost always under a perfect veil buff. His passive is a place a block debuff and a 25% strengthen buff on this champion for 1 turn, and a 15% continuous heal buff for 2 turns whenever they receive a veil or perfect veil. So awesome passive to keep him alive. Of course, he's an attack champion, 16,000 HP, 950 defense, so a little bit squishy, but strengthen really helps, block debuff definitely, and that heal, so those will keep him alive, and of course the veil buff also will reduce damage taken. And he has an aura of increased crit rate in Doom Tower by 23%. Not a very good aura right there. Yeah. Alright, so looks like a very good champion. First thing that I'm thinking of, he might be very fun in arena with if you combine him with a Duchess. Also with Candrafon, you know. So those two champions might work well with Roxanne here. Duchess, of course, places the perfect veil, and then it would be nice if Roxanne would come right after Duchess with his A3, with the decreased defense and weaken for all. And then if there are still some enemies alive after that, then you can finish them off with Candrafon, which of course also benefits from the veil. Alright, so I might do another video on that, testing out Roxanne in the near future. But yes, definitely a fun champion, a fun new champion to play with. Alright, so that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.